Hi, y'all. Welcome back to my channel. I just got like weirdly bright all of a sudden. But welcome, guys. Welcome back. It has been so long since I sat down and had some makeup on and looked like I was alive because I have, if you watched my last live chat, I do have COVID and it's been almost 2 weeks. It's been about 10 days. And I've just been in here looking like unsalted meat, unseasoned meat, whatever. So I finally decided to just do something with myself, and I'm gonna take down these twists that I've had in. These are actually these are so let me back up a little bit. So normally when I do my braid outs, it's always braids, and I'll do like 6 locks per braid. But I actually decided to just do some twists instead. So these are just like big rope twists, random. Like I didn't pick the number of locks or anything. I just took a chunk and like did the braids. Or did the twists. So yeah, I'm gonna take these twists down and hide everybody that just joined. I'm gonna take these twists down and just chat a little bit about my locks, about my journey, about what's going on in my life in general. So hey, Loc Biker. Yes, girl, you finally made it. I'm feeling pretty good. Just to talk about my my COVID symptoms and everything, I feel pretty good. It's actually been really consistent. It kind of reminds me of like life in the Caribbean. So in the Caribbean, the weather is like pretty much always the same, except hurricane season where it just goes haywire. But it's usually like high of 84, low of 78 every single day. And that's how it's been with this COVID thing. My nose has been stopped up every single day. It runs. I have some of the at-home tests and the results have been the same. I've taken 3 of those. It's been 10 days and I'm just so ready to get on with my life, but I feel really good. I did have shortness of breath one night and then like the next morning. So that was scary, but I used the oximeter or oximeter, however you pronounce it. And yeah, I was fine. So thank you for asking. I hope you're doing well too. Hi, 247 Rider. Thank you. I'm glad I could inspire you to start your logs. I've been getting a few messages about being people's inspiration, and I really and truly do appreciate that. It's yeah, it's just really humbling. It feels really good because I don't see myself as being a guru at all. I am not a loctician. I'm not a master of locks. There's still so much that I'm learning on my journey, my 7+ years. So yeah, thank you for that. I am thankful. So let's go ahead and get started taking these twists down. So I have some water and I don't know. So I had like some glycerin in this bottle, glycerin and rose water, and it's left a cast in here. So I don't know, like the water itself is actually clean, but if you see this cast, don't be alarmed. It's fine. And then I just have some coconut oil, which I don't normally use on my locks, but I just want something that's gonna just give my hands a little bit of slip because my hair has been kind of dry. So I'm just gonna spray my hands. I have some India Irie playing in the background because I feel like music nowadays, like I love R&B. I love current R&B, alt R&B, whatever. Don't get me wrong, but so much of it is just about sex constantly. And sometimes I don't want to hear that most of the time. I want to just like chill and have something just peaceful and relaxing. And I've just been trying to focus more on meditation. Oh, let me check this out. I have a little rubber band, but dang, I did that tight. Yeah, I've been trying to meditate a little bit more because I've realized that since I have been home, I've kind of been on autopilot, just not really being mindful, not really being present in my own life. And ooh, okay, these did not these did not really like do what I wanted them to do. I mean, there's a little bit of wave, Maybe I should have done them a little bit smaller. I mean, it's okay. It's okay. Ooh, it's okay. 247 Rider. Just give me 1 second and I'll get to your question. Loc Biker, by the way, really enjoyed your apartment tour. Your style is so cool. Great job with the decor. Thank you, girl. Thank you. I was really excited to finally be able to share that with y'all. So thank you. So yeah, these are like definitely waves, but I like what it's doing, how it's like kind of folding over on itself. My edges definitely need some moisture. But yeah, I just felt like I was on constant autopilot, and I'm kind of in a good space, like being captive, being held at home. I should be using this time to just focus more just on being here, being present, and giving myself time to breathe, because I am definitely the type who will just like work nonstop, think about things nonstop, plan things, and just not take a breather. So it feels good to just have something simple playing. So let's talk about my locks a little bit. So I am 7 years, and actually next month will make 7.5 months. And no, next year will make 7.5 years. And it feels really good. I feel like I'm finally at a point where I'm starting to see more of the length, because the color damage that I got 2 years ago, it just like it made it where I couldn't see how much my locks were growing because I was constantly trimming them. I'm trimming damage. So I finally feel like I'm moving beyond that point. And that feels really good, because that whole thing was just disheartening, and I feel like I was doing so well up until that point. But it's kind of like, I think it goes back to the whole idea of mindfulness, because I was so caught up in wanting my locks to look a certain way, and wanting to give them some vibrancy, and I was just dead set on doing one thing and not really realizing maybe that wasn't what I needed. So turn my phone off. Who is this? Oh, okay. Sorry. Oh, sorry. So the text, I'll talk about that in a minute. That's actually something really exciting. Yeah, this is like not really that defined, but it's okay. I like to have some texture in my hair. But yeah, if I had been a little bit more patient with my locks and a little bit more mindful, and not in this mode of always trying to change things, I probably would have kept that hair. I probably might have gone a little bit more, is there a twist? Yeah. I would have gone a little bit more conservatively with color. And yeah, my locks would be a lot longer. But, everything happens, for a reason. You learn, you live, you learn, you grow, and you figure it out. So yeah, I washed my locks. What day was that? It might have been Monday that I washed my locks. And yeah, when I looked in the mirror, like was separating the roots and everything, and yeah, I could finally see them moving past bra strap. So that was nice. And I also have not been retwisting the hair. Like, okay, let me not say, I haven't been retwisting with clips and like using using aloe vera gel and like letting it sit and giving it a tight hold. I haven't been doing that. I just twist the hair, and however it lays, however it stays is what it's going to be. So yeah, I haven't been doing that. And just to show you, like give you a little bit of perspective, you do get, actually there's not a ton of shrinkage. I was trying to show you the shrinkage, but it's actually pretty even, probably because these twists were not super tight. If I used less hair, they might have been, I don't know, what's that? Some coconut oil. But yeah, so that's styling, or that's retwisting. I am overdue for a deep cleanse, and that is just the broken record of my loc journey. I'm always overdue. So I'm gonna do that and share that with you guys soon. Let's see what else. I've really been thinking about not doing curls again. And that sounds like so dramatic. That sounds so extreme. But I've been thinking about not doing curls because I find that sometimes when I wear curls, oh, that's some lint. Sometimes when I wear curls, I feel like they don't really flatter my face as much as a straighter look, or as much as waves do. Because I have like a round, not, my face isn't round. I have an oval shaped face, but a lot of my features are round. My eyes are pretty round. My nose is round. My lips get round. So I noticed that the last time I wore curls, I just felt, I don't know, I felt like there wasn't enough contrast in the shapes of my face. And maybe that's super technical, super analytical, anal, whatever, but that's just how I felt. I noticed that, and this has been over several years. I like loc curls. I like seeing them on other people. But a certain size curl for me, I don't know. I'm not really with it. And one type of curl that I haven't done in literally 6 years, so since the first year of my loc journey, is pipe cleaner curls. And I think I should probably try those because the curls that I do are usually fairly like a medium to large size. That's how they get eventually. And those I'm kind of on the fence about. So I think if I try a really small, really structured curl, that might be different because I need some structure. I don't just need like roundness all over my face. A loc biker, every loc influencer I follow who had color said it was a mistake and they would not do it again. Do you feel this way too? I do feel that way in terms of going lighter. I think I would potentially go darker, but I just have to see, because one of the things I realized for myself is I like to have some dimension, kind of how I was talking about just a second ago, like with the just structure of my face and everything. And I've had like a flat, it ended up looking black. It was like a dark brown rinse, but I've had that flat color before, like early on in my journey. And it just was, I felt like it just didn't do anything for me. So I definitely like how my locks are right now, like how there's some dimension. There's color, there's the darker roots, and then, it gets lighter. And I'm slowly losing, the lightness as my hair grows out. Like, why did this get so, this is all flat. I actually like this texture back here, but the front, yeah, that's like really just limp and dull. Excuse me. Excuse me. But yeah, I love color. I would love to do different colors, but I do not want to lose my hair anymore. Not the way that I lost over the last couple of years. So, I mean, that's just, it's just the cost of doing business. What is this? This little piece of coconut. This is why I don't use coconut oil in my hair. I could have rubbed it in a little bit more. I think it was some that ended up under my nails. But yeah, if I could do Like I would potentially do a color that's meant for dark hair, but something that's kind of funky. Like instead of doing brown, I would do green or blue. I would love to try something like that. I love those funky looks, but whatever I do, it's not going to be at the expense of my hair anymore. Never. Not doing that. Um, okay. Oh, I'm done already. Nice. So here are the waves. Excuse me. Sorry. I think overall it looks pretty good. It gives the effect of the braid out, which I do like. It adds some texture, which is nice. The ones in the front are definitely just who, what, and why, just like neither here nor there. I do like the center part. I could flip it. This is how I normally wear my hair. It always ends up flipped. Just need to add, what did I shake the bottle? It needs to add some water. Add some moisture to the edges. Not really doing anything special, just slapping my head. But yeah, this is, oh my gosh, I look like I am alive. When I tell y'all I have been looking like a sallow Sally up in here. Like I have been so just half dead. But I've actually been pretty good considering everything that's happening. So I thought I just saw like something. Oh, that was me. I saw my own reflection back there in the door, and I was like, "What the heck?" Hot Mama 298. Hi, thank you. I am doing a little bit better. I'm still positive and still just in the house, but I'm doing better. Thank you. Siobhan, hi. 247 Rider, if you're still here, sorry, you can go ahead and ask your question now. This is the look. Tell me what y'all think. Do you like it? Do you like the side part or do you like it the center part? I don't know. I could go either way. Hi from Brazil. Thank you for watching. I was actually, this is so random, but I was actually just listening to Brazilian pop on Apple Music because I listen to the same stuff over and over again. And Apple now has their categories. They have a ton of categories. So I said, let me just pick something else to listen to. And I hit Brazilian pop. So it was nice, just some background music. Biker, thank you. Maya, thank you. Both looks nice. Chica, thank you, Siobhan. Y'all gotta give me one though. Tell me which one, if you had to pick one. I think, I don't know. I think if these, no, I don't, how, I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name. I'm gonna try it. How, I don't think I listen to those artists. Loc Biker, if I had to pick, it would be the side part. Yeah, I think it would be the side part too. I mean, that's my favorite look. With the side part, you do see more of the edges, especially when they're just like as they are. But you know, is what it is. Let's see. Anybody have any questions? Proper chica side when the waves are more defined than the middle. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Guys, let me know if you have any questions. I will be happy to answer them. Otherwise, I'm gonna just keep chatting a little bit. Let's see, what else can I say about, I need some water, hold on. Got some hair. What else can I say about the locks? Nothing really. They're doing pretty well. Yeah, they're doing pretty well. There's not really much else happening. Loc Biker, are you back working or just recovering? I am recovering, and I have actually, I'm gonna do another, how did it go from, sorry y'all, how did it go from Indie Irie to her? I mean, they're very similar. They're musicians, they play guitar, all that, but I was trying to do a slightly different vibe. But anyway, I am not back to work, and I will save that for another video. But I'm thankful that I've had time to be at home, to be recovering, and yeah, I'm just very grateful for that. I'm in a really good position, and I can only be grateful. Siobhan says, I have locks too. What do you use to retwist your locks? I just use Fruit of the Earth aloe vera gel. And lately I haven't really been using a lot of that. I've just been hopping out of the shower, like putting oil in my locks afterwards. And then just twisting them with water only, twisting them as they are, just so I can get some hold, some definition. But yeah, I've been like laying really low with the products. Cheryl, Hannah, like the side part. Do you ever just braid out the tips for a straight look with the wavy look on just the ends? Actually, that's a good question. I have thought about doing that because I do like my locks to look more elongated. So I think that, yeah, I would try that. I've literally never tried that. And it's funny because I'm always wearing braid outs. I'm always trying to add texture. So thank you for that. I can definitely try that. Maya, thank you so much. Yes, glad to be doing better. Kieran, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Hi. Danny Rue, hope I'm pronouncing that right as well. Is your scalp sensitive around certain locks? My scalp gets sore around some locks. Do you have any tips? That's a really good question. And so I do have some like on the side that seem to get a little bit irritated at times, like parts of my scalp. It's usually like right here, like right above the ear where the hair is a little bit thinner for me. And I haven't done anything about that because it's never really been a huge deal. But if you find that it is a big deal, there are a few like home remedies you could consider, but you just want to be really careful with that because certain things like tea tree oil is something that you could use, but you wouldn't want to use it full strength on your locks or on your scalp because it is really strong. It can burn the skin. So, but yeah, if it's something that's really bothering you, I would suggest like starting with some witch hazel or some tea tree oil. And if it's really bad, I would go and see someone because you don't want to take any risk with your scalp. And I also I don't want to give you medical advice at all. But yeah, I think I have noticed red spots in my locks, but it's been a while. So just do some research, but you might want to talk to somebody depending on how severe it is. But I do hope it gets better for you. Wisdom and Beauty. Hi. How do I give life to my locks? Well, washing your locks is always a great option. I know that sounds like pretty obvious, but I find that usually when I get to the point where I feel like my locks are lifeless, it's usually time to wash them. For me, also adding texture to my locks gives them life, doing braid outs instead of just wearing them straight. If you have curls, don't let them drop too much to the point where they just look sad and lonely, or not sad and lonely, but just to the point where they just droopy. Because I've noticed that, like, if I wear locks for a few weeks, they start to drop a lot. I start to feel a little less confident because then my hair is just like, it's just sad. So yeah, let's see, adding, like, if you want to go a little bit farther, doing a rinse could be helpful. I would recommend a semi-permanent color, demi-permanent color. Don't do permanent. Do something that's going to wash out, because you just don't want to make that kind of commitment, especially if you're not really sure what you want to do. I would suggest a color that will wash out. But yeah, I think those are, another thing I would say is add some jewelry. I've never really worn a lot of lock jewelry. Last year, I started wearing some of the little cuffs, but there is, let me find her. there is a girl that I follow on Instagram, and she makes just beautiful jewelry. Let me see what her name is. And I might be mispronouncing her name, but it's Tijani, Los Angeles. Let's see if you can, you might not be able to see that, but I'm gonna put it in the chat. So Tijani, she makes just gorgeous like nose rings, and you don't have to have your nose pierced or anything. She makes lip rings, and I believe she also makes lock jewelry. I'm not 100%. Oh, she does. Okay. So she makes some lock jewelry too. You can't really see it. But I have been wanting to order from her for like 2 years at this point, and I just have not done it, and I hate that. So I definitely want to get some of her stuff. But yeah, because just adding a little bit of, a little bit of texture, accessorizing the locks a little bit, I think that can bring some life into it. So I hope those tips help. Siobhan, do you normally do ACV cleanse? I used to do ACV cleanses all the time, and I have actually not really done one since sometime last year, like sometime probably like at the beginning of the pandemic. And I literally think it's only because I ran out of ACV and I just never bought any more. It's so dumb. I had no like real reason to stop using ACV. So I haven't done one in a while. I am going to be doing a deep cleanse soon. So yeah, I'm going to put it back on the table. Hi, Kimmy. Nina, what do you recommend for itchy scalp in between retwist for starter locks? So typically the kind of gold standard or tried and true method is some witch hazel on a Q-tip. I tried that. It worked for me. It didn't work extraordinarily well, but it did give me some relief. If you try that method, I would say try to get or use Q-tips that are really compact. You don't want to use anything that has a lot of lint. But yeah, just dip the Q-tip in witch hazel, put it on your parts and stuff, and hopefully that gives you some relief. I washed my locks after, how long was it? It was after like 8 days I washed my locks. So it was like relatively soon after I got them started. I just used a stocking cap and then an applicator bottle to spread everything around. So don't feel like you can't wash your locks at all. I know you didn't say that you're not washing necessarily, but in case that is an issue, in case like you have itchy scalp and you feel like you can't wash, you definitely can, but you want to be really careful about it. I have a video on that, on how to wash your starter locks. So if you haven't seen that, I would recommend that because that was everything that I did to the T and my locks stayed intact. But I would recommend waiting, depending on where you are, I would recommend waiting at least a week, if not 2 weeks. And it also depends on your hair texture too. If your hair texture is finer, you want to try to wait a little bit longer because you don't want them to come unraveled. But yeah, I hope that helps. All right, guys. What else? I keep saying So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Thank y'all for joining me. It's been great to chat with y'all. You're welcome, Kimmy. It's been great to chat with y'all. Feels good to put on some makeup and do something with my hair and just feel more alive. So I hope you guys have a great night. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you next time. Bye.